All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have a lot of special stuff coming for that truck back there, and they are in these boxes. Now, if anybody knows what these are control arms. We'll set those out of the way. And I'm sure with those being control arms, you can take a wild guess as to what all of this is. Now, none of this is aftermarket. It is all bone stock. Now, you may be questioning, why the hell would I be taking a truck that is stock and making it stock? Well, to be 110% frank with you, you can see how close the top of the truck is here to my garage door opener. And it is actually perfectly the height of this door. So, the top of my truck already drags against both of my garage doors. Trying to put it in here. And it hits my strings and shit. For me, and what I want to do with this truck is plenty tall. The only things I really have to do exterior-wise, for me personally, is the body work. Obviously, because cab corner's bashed in, fenders are bad. And then I want tow mirrors, and I want to do some aggressive tires on these with potentially a spacer or so to get them to poke a little bit further. Other than that, I don't really have anything. And tint. Forgot tints. But other than that, I don't really have anything for this truck. Look-wise, I just don't feel like doing anything crazy. I don't feel like doing a huge lift or anything stupid on it. I want to do some performance stuff to it because I think that is cool. So, with that being said, don't mind my mess over here. I just picked up a bunch of stuff from my parents' house. I have 2 lower ball joints, 2 sway bar end links, 2 tie rods with tie rod ends. And then I have boots for my rack. I have upper control arms, which have obviously brand new ball joints in them. I have front and rear brand new Detroit axle shocks as well. And this all comes with brand new hardware, brand new bushings, brand new everything. So the entire suspension to this whole truck is going to be brand spanking new. It's all going to be perfect and pristine. And the truck will drive nice. It is also going to be getting a steering stabilizer, which I have not bought, so it has not come in yet. And then I have something a little bit spicy coming for the engine bay as well. Like I said, I want this truck to look nice. I want to be able to take it to truck shows and truck meets and stuff like that and have people look at it and, you know, take ideas and want to put it onto their truck. So eventually, this truck will either be wrapped or painted or however I do it once I finish the body work. So it will look perfect and pristine, but I have a lot of body work to do before then. But for now, this right here is a step in the right direction.
3 days later.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It is currently 10:01 in the morning, and we are going to get started on this hog behind me here. But my first step is I'm going to take my mini can of WD-40, and I am going to spray down every single bolt in the front end of this thing. And then I'm actually going to start in the rear, because in the rear I only have 2 shocks that I need to do. But the first step is I'm going to lay out all of the parts that I need, decipher what needs to go where, and how I need to do it. And then I am going to start tearing apart the truck. So as you can see, I do have this jacked up. I brought my toolkit out here. I found out the top and bottom are a 21 millimeter. So I'm going to take my little DeWalt here and I'm going to brr that right off of there and brr that top one out, and then we should be able to pull the new strut out, or the old strut out, throw the new strut right in. Oh, I don't know if you know what this is, but this is the top bolt to your shock here. That's your shock. And you have to take it off from the bolt side. The nut side has this little locker that's on it. You will not get it to move. You'll sit down here, cuss, scream, yell, anything you can think of in the book. Just go in the fender well here and take it off from this side, and it'll bust right off, and this even holds the nut right in place for you. All right, so as you can see right here, I have my brand new strut in. And this, I keep calling them struts, they're shocks. This is my old one. As you can see, it is mangled. It's just all sorts of mangled. And this one actually gets stuck, and it's very soft. Like, I am barely pushing on it. I mean, it comes back up, but it's got a really slow rebound. And earlier it got stuck and it didn't want to come all the way to the top. This time it came all the way to the top. But as you can see, it's been leaking. It is ready to go. It's super soft. I should not be able to push it all the way down with my hand like that. But that is the end of that one. Now we are going to move on to the driver's side, and we're going to get this one put in. The thing I would like to mention, as you can tell, I can move this and wiggle it. That is plastic. These are metal. This is a huge upgrade because these squeak. They touch against the body. As you can see, they've been touching against the body of this thing all over the place, and it's been what's making a bunch of squeaks out of my rear end. These do have a little thicker bushings in them as well. Aside from these shitty, nasty ones that get rock solid, these are nice and soft, and they will dampen the ride very, very well. But I am very, very excited for the metal body, the metal tube, whatever you want to call it, over the shitty plastic. All right, so as you can see here, I have both of the old ones out. And if we come take a look down here, I got a new one there and a new one over there. Now, I will say, I didn't show it before, and mind you, this has sat long enough at this point to completely settle. The ass end of the truck is definitely much higher, and it's obviously much stiffer, which is what I want, because these bad boys right here were so soft that they just bottomed out on every road and any bump, and it was just terrible. But it is nice. The truck does sit just a little bit taller in the rear, but now it's got kind of a rake going on, so I'm hoping the new struts that are over here will pick up the front a little bit higher, and the truck will be sitting a little bit bigger, because eventually I do want to put a nice big set of meaty 35s back on this truck, like my old wheels here, which are 35s. These come out to like a 34, but they're only like 10 inches wide. Those ones on a tape measure are just over 13 inches wide. So I'm hoping it'll help with a little bit of clearance too, because if you can tell, those 35s blew the black paint right off of my bumper, which I also will be fixing today. Today, we're gonna find out if a 3/8 impact will pull off my lug nuts here. Pretty sure the correct answer is no. That entails I go get my breaker bar. Okay, so now, we are going to be starting on this whole hodgepodge mess here. It's gonna be fun. I sprayed everything down with degreaser already, and hopefully it just comes apart and goes together real easy. That is my hope, but can't always get your hopes too high. So the first thing I am probably going to start with here is going to be getting the tie rod off, and then we're going to be doing the sway bar link. To be honest with you, The kit sent a whole new tie rod. The whole thing. I am probably just going to measure and replace the tie rod end. To be 100% honest with you, the truck does go in for an alignment and a wheel and tire balance on Wednesday, the 1st of May. So I am hoping all is well and it just works. That is my hope. But like I said, I'm not getting my hopes too high. But let's get into this. All right, and as you can see, I have my upper controller mount. Those are the bolts, and this bad boy is just super loose and she's ready to be changed. It's all cracked, but this is the old control arm, all out. I am going to be cleaning those bolts up to look new because they're covered in power steering fluid. I have another jack under here. I did have to jack this up to get the upper control arm out of here. Now this has spun, mind you, so it will have to be brought back to here to put the new control arm in. But I just stuck the tie rod end back in here in the hub assembly to keep it from rolling any further. But like I said, all you gotta do, it's not an easy task per se, but you gotta pick it back up, pull it back where it belongs. Not too hard, but we are going to get on to changing this now.
3 weeks later.
All right, so it has been quite a while since I've updated you, but I don't know if you can see this right here. This right here is the top mount for the strut. Well, that right there is the bottom side of the strut, and the bottom mounting bolt is supposed to be right there. Well, to be 100% honest with you, the threads got a little bit tight and it decided it wanted to snap itself in half. So I am currently drilling it out and have a new bolt and nut for it. It is 8:30 at night and it is almost dark outside, as you can see. But I am about ready to get this shit done. I haven't even started on the other side yet. This is going to be a long, long night. All right. So as you can see, I do have the driver's side here all 100% finished with a new bolt instead of that old shitty one right there. And this bad boy is all done, torqued to spec. Everything is ready to go and it all looks beautiful. As you can tell, I showed you on the other side too, but I painted all of this stuff up because I think it all just looks a hell of a lot better in black, and I don't really feel like the people that are going to be lining this thing need to be playing in all of its old power steering fluid, so I cleaned all that off as well. All right, so this is actually going to be a lengthier video. I attempted to drill this out, and as you can see, I got a little overzealous of taking material and didn't realize, so that is a screw up on my end and nobody else's fault. So I ordered a new control arm. The new control arm will be in tomorrow. I am in the process right now of actually getting this lower control arm loose, which is going to suck with those torsion bars. But I have the lower control arm ball joint loose here. I have this one semi-loose because this is obviously going to rest on here, so I just didn't want it fully tight. I got the sway bar and link loose. I'm getting ready to take the caliper off. I have the axle nut bolt, or the axle nut off of here. And I'm gonna take the rotor and everything off too, just get it the hell out of my way. We are going to, I've seen people slide these axles out, but I don't think you need to slide the axle out of the axle transfer case. I just don't think so at all. So I have this bolt to take out, and I have a bolt back here, and then I have a bolt to loosen or tighten up my actual torsion bar. So we are going to get to work on that, and I'm going to be getting a new lower control arm in tomorrow. But until then, I got something I gotta show you guys over here. Now, as you can see, I am painting up my intake. Blue is the color I decided to go with, and it has a lot of metallic flick in it. Don't mind me painting it using those to hold it in place, and then using a 3-inch piece of exhaust so I can stand it up, because I don't want to get overspray on that thing or that thing. So I did it out here. It's gonna get a few more coats, but it is starting to look pretty good, and I think it's gonna look pretty cool under the engine bay, a lot better than the red did.
Much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
All right, this is the end of the video. The truck is sitting on its own weight again, and I have the blue intake in. I will give you guys some better B-roll in the morning because it is 10 o'clock at night and I've been working on this thing since like 6. So I am ready to go to bed, to be quite frank with you. Tomorrow she gets a wash, and then we go to the Blair Cruise, which is just a cruise night where a bunch of cars get together and have a lot of fun. But this is long in the making. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out. Have a great rest of your night.